talking Detroit Lions injuries and the offense, update on the players, potentially who could play on Sunday. Very important for these guys to be on the field against a real big rival here, big game, Minnesota Vikings Week 3. But before we get into today's video, if you think it's a sound and smart idea to, if you have to go to the bathroom, you have to take a leak really bad, but instead of doing that, holding your bladder until it explodes, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because we talk all things Detroit Lions news and rumors. And sometimes being a Lions fan, it feels like your insides can come out. Also, take that like button with you and let that bad boy get obliterated. Let's get into today's Lions injury update news. Yeah. Let's start first off with the players that practice, and specifically we got DeAndre Swift, Frank Ragnow, Aidan Hutchinson, Hawkinson, Amani Oruwariye, Juju Hughes, and Afutu Melifonwu. Great news for the Detroit Lions that some of these guys are getting back into the rhythm of the game. We're going to just focus, though, right now on Hawkinson, Oruwariye, and Hughes, Melifonwu. First off, they practiced yesterday. Continue to do it again today. Hawkinson, he needs to be ready for this game. We need him to be a mismatch versus the Minnesota Vikings and their linebacking core. And obviously, he's had, somewhat of a rocky start this season. So him back in the practice field's really important to have him and Goff to get on that connection and start to really do their work on the field like they should be doing. And Amani Oruwariye, massive victory here. Again, he didn't play last week. He is our number 2 cornerback right now for the Lions. He's probably going to be going up against Adam Thielen. We need to make sure that he doesn't get exposed and gets more time at stopping that pass game. Kirk Cousins does throw his way. Obviously, Jefferson's the big target, but Thielen is in there. And Melifonwu, he did really good last year. He's been injured so far for some bit, and I'd love to see him on the field in this game. Good safety, good player. You can do a mismatch at the cornerback position. Really important to have him on the field, because I think he can help the Lions secondary out, who has been getting beat up quite a bit for the Detroit Lions. It just has been happening. Have him out there. Get Aaron Glenn to use his services and see what he can do. Folks, trying to get to 300 likes in this video. We're going against the Minnesota Vikings, and unfortunately, for whatever reason, Chat Sports Vikings YouTube channel is getting more likes than the Lions, and we got 3 times, 4 times more subscribers. So let's get to 300 likes and show them that the fan base is legit, because I don't like them beating us. We're going to talk about DeAndre Swift here. Really good that he is back at practice. Dan Campbell talked about it. He says, Swift, he's just going to be a kind of monitor, Campbell said before, adding, I think he's fine. Just want to be as smart about going about it into this game. He's 100% right. We need to have Swift throughout this season. Let this guy rest up and have limited practice. He doesn't need to be a full-on practice. Let this ankle heal up. And I'm sure when it comes to this game on Sunday, it's going to be limited touches. He's not going to have the full-on amount of carries, kind of like we did last week, but he still got a decent amount, and he still did some damage on the ground. But we need him for the long haul to be good for the Detroit Lions. We cannot have this guy injured going forward. But I think more importantly is a player who did not play last week, who's going to be helping out DeAndre Swift and any other running back in the game, and that is Frank Ragnow. Dan Campbell talked about him. He says, it's certainly a step in the right direction about him practicing. I would say it's trending that way toward Ragnow playing. But yeah, we want to see how he does today, and we'll make up for it tomorrow and see where he's at. But certainly, if he comes back, it certainly helps. It's good to get him back. Oh, man, it would be great news for the Lions to have Frank Ragnow back. He is very good. He's one of the best centers in all of football. And again, like I've talked about this before, it's having him be able to see what the defense is doing, relay that information to Jared Goff, and we want to be able to run the football and protect Jared Goff. And having one of the best linemen on there just does that. I love Evan Brown. I love what he brings to the Detroit Lions as a player who is a backup. But Frank Ragnow's Frank Ragnow. And we need to be able to win this game. If the Lions can go on the road and win, it's going to be from the trenches. It's going to be from the offensive line. It's going to be from players such as Frank the Tank Ragnow. So it's good that he's starting to get a little bit healthy. It's good he's able to practice. And it definitely feels like this man is going to be playing on Sunday against the Minnesota Vikings. Really good to see. Who wins the game, folks? I'm curious to see what you think on this one. Do you have the Detroit Lions winning? Put L in the comment section if you have the Lions winning. Who do you have? I'm curious to see what you think. If you got the Vikings, put V for Vikings. That will be the pinned comment for this video. You already know what I got. I have the Detroit Lions winning this game in a close one, 31-30, but I am just one guy. I want to know what you think. Aidan Hutchinson did practice. Woo! He didn't practice all week. Huge victory for the Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell talked about it. He says, certainly you want guys practicing. Head coach Dan Campbell said, it's always better to practice so you get looks, the live looks. But I'm not concerned about Hutchinson because mentally he's in it. He's a visual learner. He'll be able to see it. He'll run around today, get some work on our games and our fits, and I don't feel it's concerning. That is such good news because we need to smash the quarterback, Kirk Cousins. We need to get those pressures. And Aidan Hutchinson is a massive part of that. And I agreed with him about him. He doesn't need to practice all week. He's got it. He is a bona fide blue chip player that gets it from a physical standpoint and a mental standpoint. He is the guy. Let him rest up all week so he can play on Sunday. And again, if he's still a little nicked up for Sunday, next week, let him relax. There's no need to have him play. We just need him on, or no reason to have him practice. We just need to have him play on Sunday. That's what it's all about, is getting these guys in there to smash the game. And folks, we talk about the game. You need to go to chatsports.com/linesbet. This is my big bet of the year here. The Vegas has the Vikings winning by 6. Right now, they're favored by 6 points. And if you know anything about Lions and Vikings, it's always a close game. So you want to bet on this game. And I'm betting the Lions definitely will cover here. You put in the promo code LINES125, you get a 125% deposit bonus. Make some money. Better than a freaking lottery ticket. It's the better odds than go to a casino. It's great odds in this game. I'm not sure what they're smoking over there in Vegas, but take part of it. Not everything is gravy, though. Jonah Jackson did not practice, and it definitely feels like he's not going to play on Sunday. He's got that finger injury. He probably will sit out. So that means Dan Skipper, week 2 for playing at the left guard position. He did really good against the Commanders, but this is another test. The Minnesota Vikings defensive line's no joke. They got some players that can beat up on the quarterback and good at what they do. Now, again, they're not great at run stuffing, so I think the Lions should continue to run the football, and Skipper did a good job at run blocking, so go ahead and take that left side. Big guy there. You know, let him put on, if he puts on the same performance that he did last week, Frank Haley is a G. And, hey, Jonah Jackson resting up is not a bad thing because he did a great job last week. So, hey, keep it going. But it definitely looks like he's not going to play. Let's talk about this Lions offense because it's ranked 1 with explosive plays. You know, I was just talking about this conversation with the other fellas, and it doesn't shock me that this is taking place. Everything that was seen in training camp showing that this offense was going to take a gigantic step. And it's because of our great man, offensive coordinator, and Ben Johnson working with Jared Goff and Dan Campbell, going to what they did in 2018 with the Rams, run the football with a great running game, and play action with the deep pass. And this is what we're going to see, I believe, again on Sunday. They're going to take shots. They're going to have big plays. And Amon-Ra St. Brown is getting those big plays. DeAndre Swift is getting those big plays because of the holes with the offensive line and protecting Jared Goff. And obviously how he's scheming, Amon-Ra St. Brown to get in the right spot. Same with TJ Hawkinson when they do a play action. He's doing that. And Brock Wright, by the way. We still need to see a little bit of DJ Chark. It could be even better if he actually catches it when we do a flea flicker to him. But this offense is absolutely fantastic. And I think they're going to do the same thing to the Vikings that they did to the Eagles and Commanders. And just wait till Jameson Williams get in this lineup, folks. Then it's going to take it to the next level. It's going to take it to the next degree because Jameson Williams is a freaking burner, and he's going to burn defenses deep. And yes, Jared Goff has overthrown some wide receivers this year. He's not going to overthrow Jameson Williams. He's just too fast, too talented. And we're going to see even more explosive plays. And we're going to see even more explosive plays by Amon-Ra St. Brown because they're going to have to double Jameson Williams with those deep routes. It's going to leave people open. Josh Reynolds is going to be open. Someone is going to be open every single time when you have Williams out there, and it's going to be fantastic to watch. So it's just going to be more potent, and it's going to put more pressure on defenses, and it's going to give the Lions an opportunity to win every single game when they do that. That's what we call an offense that we need to have in Detroit. Great news. Folks, Sunday live watch party on my channel, Detroit Lions versus Minnesota Vikings. It's going to be fire. Make sure you show up there. Even if you're a Vikings fan, you know how I do. Post-game show on Lions Nation Unite, 5:30 Eastern Time. Herm will be on. We're going to have guests on there talking about the game. Hopefully, we're talking about a Lions victory. With that said, folks, adios.